Have you played this course? Have you?
It's been a long
Has
time.
it? Okay. So this is the new course. This is a really tough par 4 here. It lends you to think that you could hit 3-wooder driver out there. I hit a 4-iron there. And if I'd hit even slightly further, there's this whole gorge down the right-hand side that is just waiting to gobble you up, and it really chokes down.
It looks like there's not a whole lot of room left.
No, there's not. There's really not. So it was a great shot. Again, with the wind, it's extremely windy. So ball flight control is difficult. That was a great swing. I put that in kick-in range.
Nice birdie there.
Thank you. So this is where it gets interesting. I'm sitting 2 under. I know I've probably left a couple.
The wind's blowing left to right.
A little over my left shoulder, down left to right. Reachable par 5. In the practice round, I hit 3-wood 5-iron and got on it easily and had a good look at birdie. Good look at eagle. So I'm kind of thinking, let's just duplicate the same thing. I've been much better at forming a plan of how I want to attack a course and not deviating from that plan. It gives me a little bit of, at least some of the decisions I can make. The issue I think, or the problem I make here is I do not take a full 100% swing at this. I try to ease off of it because I'm worried about going long. And I leave it in the front bunker. And it's a back pin. A little on the upslope. My initial thought is, hey, you hit a great bunker shot last time, throw it back there, be aggressive. And then I changed my mind to just get it out and have a long, just get on the front of the green, hit it 10 yards. And I just catch all ball. And I go over back of the green in the hazard.
Took a drop.
Took a drop.
Back in the bunker.
No, it's not back in the bunker, but it's not great. I don't know if, my give a shitter turned off or what, but, it's just a vicious, awful cycle of
Double.
bad triple. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So sitting at 2, I know that everyone else is struggling. I can just tell, and I can tell I was in the good bit of a lead. And now I feel like I'm probably tied with the rest of the field. This is a good little mid-length par 4, dogleg right. I hit a 4-iron, just striked it. I was really pleased with the swing after the bad hole. So I hit that great down the middle. Leaves me the number I wanted, which was a 9-iron. You got a hazard in front, bunker long.
Hazard. That doesn't really look like it's in play.
No, it doesn't. You don't want to miss right. I think if you miss right, it can kick down and get bad. And I just fat it. I just get so much Texas and put it in the hazard. So I'll tell you, I did not feel confident over that ball. I didn't feel comfortable with either the number or the swing. Maybe some of my confidence was gone. There's a couple, I went in that bunker and then I flubbed it out and then I got to here. So that is for a 7 and that is going to be for an 8. So the wheels have officially come off.
2 and 3 and 4.
5 in the bunker.
How'd you get 5 in the bunker?
Well, 1, 2 in the water, 3 out, 4 in the bunker, 5 to the lip, 6, miss 7, tap in 8.
I didn't see you miss the 7.
Well, the cameraman, my caddy did. So this is what I was talking about with that hybrid. That hybrid just, sometimes it just jumps on me. That thing went a good 50 yards farther than I wanted to. It went right through the landing area. In hindsight, I wish I would have hit 4-iron or something. So I'm a little out of position here. Barely didn't go out of bounds. I'm 10 feet from out of bounds. But I've got a bad angle now to this flag, and I didn't catch it great, and now you have trouble seeing it. But I mean, look, no one raked this, but it's behind like a big mound where someone raked it.
A lot of soft sand in there.
And it's very soft, and it's egged really bad.
So you're gonna open up. You're gonna open up, trying to really get that up.
Yeah, is that the wrong way? Or is there really no way to?
You got to get the leading edge to dig. It'll come up and out.
Yeah.
You're not gonna. How much bounce you got on that wedge?
12, I think.
Yeah, you ain't getting under that ball. You need to somewhat have a leading edge and try to land it about where you hit that one,
Right.
and let it tumble and run on.
I just
There's
don't know how to get
there's a
down
lot
to
of
it.
there's a lot of room between that green
Sure.
and the hole.
And there's a lot of room long. That even if I got it more, like, I'm not going to run away.
But
So what are your thoughts at this point, as far as like having a good round going, or a decent round going, and then, I feel like I had one bit of adversity, and it's just completely demolished what I had going.
What were you thinking on this shot, Shay? Off that tee? Draw?
Yeah, I was trying to hit a little bit of a draw. The wind was moving hard left to right, and
Did you ever think about starting at the edge of that hazard and holding it off and working it back to the fairway?
no, I didn't. Is that the shot you wanted to hit?
That's the way it looked.
Yeah.
If that wind's blowing that way, I mean, just to control it, get it in the fairway.
Yeah. I was thinking birdie, so I was a little aggressive, and I tried to hammer that to keep it on its line and run it long.
Three and a half feet, almost 4 feet.
What do you feel like is like a reasonable make percentage for
4 feet?
putts like that? I mean, are you expecting to make every one of them? I mean, do you have any of those that?
4 feet is 90%, 90 something percent.
Yeah.
You're gonna miss a few. 2 feet, 100%.
Yeah. So now, again, I'm just trying to get back in the house.
Mm-hmm.
If I can hit anything on the green, maybe have a look. There's a par 5 coming up after this. Maybe I could make a birdie. Try to get down a little bit, save some embarrassment. Maybe make top 3. So my camera guy did not record my chip. So this is my par putt. Now that you're seeing stuff with my stroke, I wish this would have been on the other side,
Sure.
but it's kind of, at least I made it.
It limped in.
It did limp in, didn't it? So this is one of the ones, pretty much all day I've stuck to my plan. I haven't hit a single iron or tee shot that I hadn't already planned to hit. This is the one where I actually hit a 3-wood instead of my hybrid, because look, my day's probably done anyway. So I'm just trying to get a little bit more aggressive and get further down, and I think it pays off. Other guys hit drivers. I think they're actually blocked out by these trees down here. So I've got a 5-iron in my hand with a good look.
No, you're 10, 20 feet above them.
Yeah, no, I like this position a lot more than down there. It's easy to get over anything that's in front of me.
okay.
So on this one, I'm kind of thinking I'd like to try to chip it in.
Mm-hmm.
If I could. I think the movement's a little left to right, and it actually goes uphill just past the hole. So I don't think it's going to want to run away from me. It just holds its line though. So
Tap in, birdie.
I tapped that one in. This is a good little par 3. It's the back of it kind of narrows in the way back. You got trouble left and right. I've got a 6-iron in my hand, again dead back into the wind. This is probably one of my better swings of the day, at least with an iron in my hand.
It's a good move.
Yeah, so that landed right around the hole. And I don't even know what happened on this putt. Whether it was just a really bad misread or I tugged it on top of it, but I didn't even scare the hole. What's your general routine on putts? Do you like to walk down the hole? Do you get on the low side? Do you walk down on the low side? Do you get on the back side and look? Do you ever like to look at putts on the high side? Or do you generally stick to the low side?
Both.
Both? Okay.
I mean, it just depends on the length of putt, what you might be seeing from the high side.
Okay.
A lot of times you'll see you start seeing different stuff. So definitely when you get below it, you can actually see the ball falling into the hole. But usually when I'm below the hole, then I'm tracing that back and finding that fall line where I'm almost hit that ball and get it to where it starts to fall.
Okay.
Overall, you gotta read the greens, read the putt, get your idea of what your speed's gonna be. These greens don't look super fast.
No, they weren't. Sometimes I see it so well. Sometimes I see the line on green so well, and sometimes I can't see it at all. So wind's hard left to right. I try to hit a little cut and hold it off, and the wind just kind of runs away with it. It lands on the edge and bounces left. So I'm close, but I've got this little chip. It's not a great lie, so.
What are you chipping with there?
I think I've got a 48. I'm just trying to hit a little bump and run. Hit it left of the hole and let it drift back to the right. So my phone died, and actually now my cat is using his phone to get the last stroke.
Is it right hand?
Bad? Can you help me with that?
Yeah, I mean the handle's staying behind and it's changing the loft and face angle coming through.
Okay.
And it's hard to be consistent putting doing that.
Well, I wonder what's making me do it, because it's not all the time. I think I could be setting up to it bad. That's maybe helping.
Now you've got to allow your arms and hands to work together. Like some of these the little kids we have in our classes. You see all sorts of strokes, even members and older folks. You see yippee, you see handsy, you see all different grips. But really, you're swinging your arms, hands, and shoulders on an arc. And when you allow that to happen, call it a pendulum or whatever, the putter's actually swinging up and back, up and back. And it's actually exiting up. So when you're set up to it and the handle moves and then it doesn't move back through on that same arc, you're changing face angle. And so a lot of those putts that limp in or come off the face, if you speed up your tempo or you accelerate that right wrist, I can see the ball blowing away from you. Call it shooting off out of the handle, or
like it did few times.
you know, touch of an iron worker, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll look at your putting, your stroke. I mean, we've done that before, but we'll put you on TrackMan and look at it, and you'll really see what the putter face is doing.
Yeah.
You're not allowing the handle to swing the way it should be,
Mm-hmm.
and you're trying maybe to manipulate. You're trying to control putter face. Worst thing you do is watch the putter go back. You know, and you start looking at things that are not focused on what you're supposed to be doing,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not relaxed and calm enough to let it happen. Then once you go down that rabbit hole of you do one or two things, do it incorrectly, or you flinch at it, and it snowballs, and it's you got to climb your way back out of it.
Yeah.
And start back over and reprogram feel, touch. Some of it's grip pressure, some of it's how you're holding the handle. You know, there's a lot of different ways. I mean, the reason why people change grips so often, and there's so many different ways to hold the club, is bad results. What do you do? Throw another dart at the board, try to change something. But ultimately, we've got to get your handle swinging a little bit better on that path and that arc. So that putter face, because that putter face it's a slightly toe weighted putter. It's not face balance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's going to allow that putter to swing. And we talk about torque and all that other crap, but you just gotta allow that putter face to swing through. And doing that is by controlling that handle. And there's ways I can give you thoughts and drills to try to do it, but we can go try to get on TrackMan and do it.
Okay. So what are two things you think I did well and two things I think you did poorly?
And your tempo of your stroke is all over the chart. Really high, and it's inconsistent.
Of my putting stroke.
Putting stroke. So if you timed your tempo,
okay,
on your 3-foot putts to your 30-foot putts, or 5-foot to 50-foot, your tempo is not going to be consistent. That's what I saw. It can't be,
Yeah.
or you wouldn't have been blowing them by or limping them in.
Okay.
When you're blowing it by, tempo gets quicker. We can go do it. Let's go look at it.
All right, let's go.